everybody in this room is exposed to it directly or indirectly. Everyone back there, over there, here, everybody. We're all exposed to it. We can't run from it. We can't hide from it. We can't deny it. Right? But thankfully, there are organizations in our communities that have loving, caring, selfless people who devote their lives, who lay their lives on the line. Day after day, they come into their jobs, either as their job or a volunteer, to serve those who are hungry, those with the hungry hearts, those of us who have had or are going through mental health challenges. Hungry hearts. And those serving hearts work for agencies that are funded by United Way or by the government. Or in some way, they're funded by us who are willing to give some money or time or some of our talents to help support those in need. Well, the story I'm going to tell tonight is about a young man named Adam and how this life support system provided by these agencies and these amazing people are the reason why I believe he's alive today, still. And that young man's name is Adam, and he's my oldest son. And in a month from now, he'll be 35. I can't tell you what a journey it's been and how, even though I like roller coasters, the roller coaster ride that he's been on and that we as a family have been on for the past 17 years have been like being to hell and back at times. And I know some of you have either been exposed to it directly yourselves or indirectly. So when he was a young boy, he was, well, even still today, in his good times, he is the most charming, dynamic, enthusiastic, fun-loving person when he's clean. When he was a child, he loved to entertain. He loved to do all kinds of great things. I mean, his definition of fun was in class, he had to entertain. And so literally he would grab a chain and put it through his nose and pull it out through his mouth. Great laugh for the kids in the class. Teachers didn't like it so much. See, Adam had a learning disability, so they called it learning disability, as opposed to the fact he learned differently. And it was misdiagnosed as ADHD and all kinds of things that, the professionals that we tried to get the help from, they all had these great theories, but nobody could come up with a solution to help him. And it got to a point where every day he hit the wall. He went to school, he wore the teachers out. Bless his heart. I mean, he was the nicest kid. But after a period of time of hitting the wall every day, how would you feel about yourself? How would you feel if your teacher referred to you as a ferret on crack in front of all the kids? Great thing to live up to, right? So as time went on through elementary school, went to high school, grade 9, he never made it through grade 9. Matter of fact, he got to a point where he wore 3 teachers down. He was there every day for his special ed classes, wore them down. To a point where the superintendent of education said, "Sorry, Mr. Tintinalli, we don't really have a program for your son in our system." Oh, really? Nice. So after lots of discussion, we had to pull him out of high school, and we tried the other programs and a number of things that my wife and I did to try to help him to have some kind of successes, because grade 9, not a lot of successes, being bullied and all kinds of things that went on in school, not a great thing for self-esteem, right? So again, hitting the wall. Through his high school years, teenage years, we tried different things to get him into some part-time help. And where these agencies in town came in is the Working Center, the One Roof, a number of these places help youth to different services to help them to cope with life, and also to be able to help them to get employment and be able to get some counseling and things to help him to find his place and to be productive. But that didn't work out real well. And part of the issue was that he met this young woman named Mary Jane. She wasn't legal then, if you know what I mean. And Mary Jane had a very addictive personality, to which led him to try to support her, which led to stealing things and led to a life of petty theft and incarceration, all kinds of things. And by the time he was 18, things were not real good. It got to a point where we had to draw the line in the home, and he had crossed the line a number of times and asked him to leave. To which, for the last 17 years, he's lived on the street. He's lived in homeless shelters, he's lived in an apartment, and he's lived in behind bars. So he's had 4 different homesteads over the past 17 years on a rotating basis, and not necessarily in that order. So as a parent, we always try to practice KFC, kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. And it's natural for a parent to do that for your child. But what's truly amazing is these agencies for the past 17 years, and the people that work for these agencies and the things that they've done to be able to support him. These are people who support a total stranger, and they regardless of what mood he's in and what kind of state of mind he's in, they're there for him. And they're there with heaping buckets of KFC, handing out kindness, pieces of forgiveness, and pieces of compassion to people like Adam. And from a parent's perspective, it warms my heart to reflect on the fact that he's still alive today because someone else gave of themselves for him. And to know that as much as we can only do so much as a parent, especially when you have an adult child and he's gone through these things and made these decisions, and long story, but the fact is to know that some strangers are out there helping him, they're his life support system. Pretty amazing. And what it's taught me over the last few years as I reflect back on it is, I look in the mirror and say, are you the one? Are you the one who can reciprocate and pay it forward for everything that someone else has done for your son? And I went back and looked at all the things that I've done over the years, and I've done some volunteer over many years in my earlier years, life, but not so much in the past recent years. And so I made a decision personally that I need to give more my time, my talent, my finances to be able to pay it forward to those who've done for my son and to keep him alive. And those of you who either provide your own service and you've helped out and volunteered or work in those services, thank you, because you matter. You matter to him and others like him, and you matter to me. And for those of you who donate money to, whether it's donating to a charitable organization or you're taking a few dollars out of your pocket and helping someone on the street, thank you. That was maybe my son, because he's roamed the streets of Guelph, Kitchener, Waterloo, and Cambridge for the last 17 years. So what I'm saying to you is everybody has a hungry heart, whether it's someone like Adam or it's someone who's family to Adam or Adams of the world. We all have hungry hearts. We're all in need of a smile, of a handshake, of a hug. We're all in need of something. So please, don't turn a blind eye. Give some kindness, compassion, or forgiveness and compassion to those around you every day, because that ripple effect makes this world go round. You never know one nice thing that you can do for somebody. By paying it forward, somebody else will do the same thing. So again, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to thank you, and please pass along to anyone you know who provides service to those in need. Thank you. Because everyone has a hungry heart, and all we need is love.